Hey, what is going on guys, Kieran here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Moto 360, the modern timepiece. The Moto 360 looks awesome, being the first round smartwatch ever released. However, some would argue that the device is not quite 360 degrees, but personally I prefer the little notch of screen bezel at the bottom of the device to something like the LG G Watch R with a large bezel all the way around the outside. For some people, the bezel at the bottom of the device is horrible. However, I've found that once you start using the device, it really is not a big deal at all. It sounds strange, but once you start using it for a while, you just stop noticing it's there. Now the watch is a very thin, metallic, crisp design that could easily get away as a regular watch, and is even IP67 water resistant certified. And saying that, you can even submerge the watch in water. But personally, I wouldn't recommend doing this. You're also good for dust resistance, which again is handy. The watch is also not too heavy, weighing in at 49 grams, and is actually lighter than my G-Shock, to put that into perspective. The band on my Moto 360 is the black leather edition, although you can now pick up the metal version in black or silver to match your Moto 360. The watch face again is not big, so you won't have to worry about the thing looking ridiculous on your wrist. Again, comparing it to my G-Shock, they are near enough the same size. Something I found whilst wearing the watch, out and about, especially actually when I was in college, was the amount of people I showed that thought the watch was the Apple Watch. This just shows you that Apple have managed to get the public's attention, but Android and Motorola have not, which I found kind of interesting. Now moving on to the specs, the Moto 360 has a 1.56-inch backlit LCD display with a resolution of 320 pixels by 290. If you do the maths, this works out at 205 ppi. You may think that's not the greatest, but it's something like the bezel that you just don't really notice after a while, especially as you probably won't be holding the device as close to your face as your phone. The watch has 4GB of memory and 512 megabytes of RAM, which is kind of crazy as it's the same amount as this Raspberry Pi, and this thing is just a watch. The battery comes in at 320 mAh, and with the new updates Motorola are rolling out all the time, I found that I get about 2 days of battery life without ambient mode turned on, which if you didn't know leaves the 360's display on dim constantly. And just for the record, I am a relatively heavy user of the 360, so to get that kind of battery life is incredible. The device is 46mm in diameter, and that also houses the OMAP 3 microprocessor, which although is slightly old, seems to be performing perfectly. Moto 360 also has Bluetooth 4.0 to connect to your phone, and a range of sensors such as a gyroscope, accelerometer, compass, pedometer, and heart rate monitor, all used day to day for different apps. Using the watch outside, I found no problems with viewing the display, and this is thanks to the IPS display rather than using OLED like on the G Watch R, which if you can't tell already, I'm not a huge fan of. So the software on the Moto 360 is the same as on other Android smartwatches, and that is Android Wear. Essentially, your smartwatch will pick up Google Now cards from your phone and display them on your watch. But it doesn't end there. You're able to use apps designed for Android Wear on your smartphone and then display them on your watch. For example, you're able to pick up messages from Facebook, Kik, Instagram, as well as notifications from many more apps that have been optimized for Android Wear. You can also read emails, change tracks with Play Music, and read Hangouts messages. The list goes on, but that's notifications in a nutshell. A simple thing I love about Android Wear and the Moto 360 is waking/sleeping the device. To wake the device up, you can either tap on the screen, press the power button on the side, or my favourite way is to lift it up towards your face, which looks incredibly futuristic and takes advantage of the gyroscope in the watch. From there, you can view the time, go through your Google Now cards, or say, OK Google, or tap twice and enter Google Now, which you can then use to search the web, which then opens up on your phone, or go through the different options for you, such as taking a note, creating a reminder, sending a text, and the list goes on. My favourite feature, however, is to scroll all the way down to start, which then shows you all the applications you have installed on your watch, which you can then use to, well, run them. My favourite app currently is called Flopsy Droid, which is incredibly similar to the app we all know, and maybe not all of us love, called Flappy Bird. You can download this from the Play Store on your phone, and once installed will be synced to your watch to play. I think this is really cool, and maybe not a useful feature, but I'm certainly glad that it's there. There are many more apps already optimised and ready to be used for Android Wear, so it's just a case of finding them on the Play Store that you'll think you'll know and love. When you're going through your Google Now cards, swipe up from the bottom, and once you've read them, you can either carry on scrolling, or swipe right to remove the card from your watch and phone all at once. If you don't fancy seeing any notifications, swipe down on the watch face, and a small bell with a line through it will appear, letting you know notifications have been muted. Now the last feature on the Moto 360 I want to talk about is the wireless charging. The Moto 360 can be charged with any wireless charger, but I like to use the dock that was included with the retail packaging, as it's simply awesome. The design is great, it charges fast, so why not use it? Overall, I think the Moto 360 is the best smartwatch out there. Even with the release of the LG G Watch R, the Moto 360 has a sleek and clean design, and apart from the odd bit of choppiness in frame rate when booting the device up, which has mostly been fixed by software updates, I really have no complaints with the device. It's working perfectly well with Android Lollipop on my Nexus 5, if that was a query you were having as well. That doesn't mean improvements can't be made though. I would like to see a pixel density of at least 300 in the next model, and some further functionality when Android Wear 2.0 is released. Apart from that though guys, I'm loving the device and can't wait for a second version. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like and subscribe button, it really helps me out. And guys, I will catch you in the next video. Peace.